I'm Doug Massi, and in this video, we're simply going to answer that one question that I get just about every single day, which is, how much money do insurance agents make selling final expense? And we're going to go over how much can be made in the first year, second year, and third year. And we're also going to address the right commission levels that you should be at with working with any type of ethical insurance marketing organization. All of this and more coming up next. So, interesting enough, before I decided to make this video, as usual, I did some research. And unfortunately, I did find a lot of false information, or let's just call it half-truths, coming from other insurance firms. I mean, some of the videos here on YouTube that talk about how much money insurance agents make are just horse poo. One of the things that I saw over and over again was how insurance marketing organizations claim that you can make over $100,000 per year working with them, even though your first year commission levels are starting right around 60%. Just to be clear, this is basically impossible. If your first year commissions are 60 or 70% or maybe even 80%, even if you're a super talented workaholic, you're probably only going to make around $50,000 per year and not even come close to earning that big six-figure income that only the top producers can make. Before we get started, this is what I'm going to ask for you to give this video a big old thumbs up right now and to subscribe if you haven't done so already. We are putting out a lot of true final expense sales training content on a weekly basis. If you can manage to stick around all the way to the end of this video, I'm going to be happy to share with you how to get a copy of our prop file. Now, that prop file has all the props that I use during every single one of my final expense sales presentations. As far as I'm concerned, this is a must-have file if you're a serious life insurance agent. Also, since we love to hear from our viewers, please leave a comment below. And if you're on a cell phone, you just need to scroll all the way down until YouTube gives you that option to leave your comment. Let's just assume that your first year commission level is right around 100% for your primary carrier, like it would be if you were a brand spanking agent on our sales team. We'll also assume that you will have to make some guaranteed issue sales too, because some people will not qualify for a normal carrier, which will only pay around 60% for that guaranteed issue product. The following numbers are all based on you working final expense direct mail leads every single week, because you will not be able to accomplish what I'm about to show you by working final expense Facebook leads or final expense telemarketer leads. Direct mail leads are still the king of leads, and that's why all the top producers work them every single week. I'm also going to assume that you're intelligent enough to know that, like with any business, you will have to spend money on your business in order to build it. So with that being said, we're going to assume that you're committing to working 30, and that's, to me, that's a good number, 30 direct mail final expense leads every single week. And for the next 2 years at least. You want to compete with the big boys and girls, and you're not cutting corners, so here's the breakdown. 30 leads at $33 per lead equals $999 per week. The national closing rate for final expense direct mail leads is right around 24%. That's 7.2 sales per week. The average annualized premium is $600 or $50 monthly for each sale that you make. So, $600 per sale times 7.2 sales per week equals $4,320. Now, let's talk about your first year. $4,320 minus your lead cost leaves you with right around $3,330 per week. Since it's your first year and you're advanced 9 months or 75% of the first year premium, your total weekly pay will drop from $3,330 to right around $2,500. Assuming 8% of your sales end up being guaranteed issue and another 17% of your sales end up being graded policies, there's going to be another slight cut on commissions because remember, only the policies that you sell with first day coverage will usually pay the top/full commissions. So 25% of your sales will not pay that 100% first year commission and will average probably closer to 75% first year commission, as graded policies, like I mentioned earlier, pay a little less. And we also know that 15 to maybe 20% of your sales can and will fall off the books in the first couple of months, definitely by the end of the year. This is why you need to save all your sales in person. Learning curve. What? A learning curve? Yeah, we all have it, and it's different for everybody. Let's just say if you're working hard, real hard, because your work ethic is solid, it could easily take you a couple of months, maybe even more, just to cut through the learning curve and start getting some momentum going and rolling. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to assume you're getting off to a really rough start and you're not hitting national average numbers right from the start. I'm going to take another 20% off your money, your pay, and that way you're still making around $80,000 in your first year for simply not being afraid to put your money where your mouth is. Here's what I haven't mentioned yet. If you're on our sales team, after a few short months, your commission level is going to go up. So if you're teachable and you're following our system, working leads every single week, that 100% first year commission will jump up to more like 115% or even higher if you're really kicking butt. So let's talk about year 2 numbers. Remember that $100,000 that you had before I took away the 20% for the learning curve? Well, in year 2, you'll be all the way through that learning curve, and since your commission percentage will be higher, you should easily be able to clear over $110,000 in that second year. Oh, and don't forget, you will be getting renewals every single year that your client stays on the book. So now that number just jumped up to somewhere like $120,000, maybe $125,000 or more by the third year. Remember, when it comes to renewals, some carriers will actually pay lifetime renewals, while others, really most of them, pay renewals for right around 10 years. For more information on joining our final expense sales team, or if you'd just like a copy of that awesome prop file that was mentioned earlier in the video, just shoot me an email at doug@ufesonline.com. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.